Hello everybody. Let's hope I don't cry in this video. So last night I was watching some tarot videos for my sign on YouTube, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of healing and self-examination because my tarot readers, God bless them, I love them for this, but they're very honest with me and very blunt, and a lot of reoccurring themes was about healing. And I just came to realize that, like, as much as I feel like I've come far and I feel like I've healed, I low-key, high-key really ignore my healing. I try to distract myself from it. Some people, like, I was talking to one important person in my life, partner of mine, and I was saying how I felt like, some people, like this person, wear their healing on their sleeve and they kind of wear it as like a badge of honor. And I feel like, and like they're aware of it and they allow it to like affect them, like as a safety net. But like other people, like myself, like I just distract myself from my healing. Like I just try to push it away, like it's fine, let me just try to ignore it, and like if I just don't focus on it, it'll be fine. If, like, I know it's there, but whatever, like I'll feel the fear and do it anyway, was what I was trying to convince myself I think I was doing. And in doing that, I love to use this like garbage trash can analogy. So in doing that, I was like just trying to push everything further and further down and just like, like I guess suppress it. And like when you do that in the trash can, you just push things further and further and further down, the bag just gets heavier and heavier, and it's still there, the trash is still there, it still stinks, it's still taking up space. So that's what I did. And then I came to the point where the universe was like, okay, like we're gonna make the bag start to rip, and we're gonna make you aware of how much healing you really do need and how much you do need to focus on. And like as a healer, it's like written in my astrological chart, like I'm put here to be a healer. As a healer, I need to prioritize healing the most, because how can I guide other people to their healing if I'm not constantly guiding myself there? So in the first video, I'll try to drop the readers in the description box or like add them in up here somewhere. But the first one, love her, she wanted to talk about healing as an analogy, and I feel like a lot of you could also benefit if you're watching this. And I look a little rough. It's been a rough last like 36 hours. Rough. I'm grateful for it, but So she put this analogy of healing as like, and she said there's 3 types of traumas, and she compared them to wounds, and she's like 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree. 3rd degree wounds, they heal, but then your skin never looks the same again. It alters the way you show up in the world kind of forever, and you just have to learn how to like embrace it. So I started thinking about my wounds, and the deepest ones that I feel like I haven't even tried to embrace. Like they healed because of time, but I just refuse to look at them. So my relationship with them, my relationship with my traumas hasn't healed. So there's kind of like a lot in this video. I mean, there's probably a lot in all my videos, right guys? I feel like I'm just like always talking. These are basically my video diaries, and I just post them and hope that maybe someone else can get something out of it and relate or find some peace in whatever they're going through at the time. So this video, this is kind of going to be something I don't talk about much at all. So I'm hoping that, you know, I get through this video. So in this video, let's see, like, I can't even start. So basically I wanted to come in here and talk about like the conclusion I came to with my maternal trauma. So like, not a lot of people know, and if you're my friend or you're around me, you know, like, you're aware, because like you have to notice. But I don't have my mother in my life, and that's one of the reasons, like, I think I'm also very passionate about healing and like gut health and everything. But so I feel that wound so deep, like in my heart and in my like stomach, but I never like really wanted to look at it, like fully look at it. Like, I just convinced myself, like I said in the beginning, it was good. But I feel like a lot of people have maternal issues, like mommy issues out here, and I feel like I came to such a like realization to help at least myself, but maybe other people, I think. So I started realizing from my second tarot video, that I'm very competitive with myself, and that makes me competitive with other people. And it might not be there very much at the surface, but I feel like you have to kind of notice if you're around me a lot, or internally it's just there. Like, it's not that like I think I'm better than anybody, but it's the fact that like I feel like I need to be. So stick with me. So I feel like losing my mom, when you lose a parent, and I feel like especially like a mother, you have this huge gaping feeling of unworthiness, because your mother is the greatest foundation you have in this life. So when you lose like a huge piece of that foundation, I'll speak for me. I lost like a huge piece of my foundation, and so to try to make up for it, I compete with myself so much, and I think that like if I'm the best at everything, if I can be good or better than most things, than most people, like that'll make up for my lack of like that huge piece of my like stability, you know, like that'll make up for what I feel like I'm missing. And I actually wrote it in here. So I said, quote, "If I'm the best at everything, then no one will be able to tell that I lack a huge piece of my foundation, and then I'll feel just as normal as everyone else." And like normal, I feel like would be better to say like just as worthy, just as whole. Like, I feel like when you lose a parent, you feel less whole than everybody else, not realizing everyone else has their own fucking things that they're going through as well, and not realizing that we are all carrying crosses and traumas, and we're all like suffering in a sense. But of course, like, you're always thinking about what you don't have and what everyone else does have. But anyway, so this is like a subconscious thought pattern that I journaled out and I became aware of, and I never really realized it like this until now. My partner, my ex-partner, but you know, still someone very important to me, he always used to tell me like, "You're so competitive, everything has to be a competition with you, da da da." And I used to be like, I could see where he was coming from a little bit, but I never really realized that this is how deep it was in my heart, and I never realized why. Like, when he's like, "You're so competitive," and all this stuff, I started to think like it was because like I wanted to be better than everyone, and it was just like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not competitive. I'm not. But now I realize that, like, I was, and it was out of fear. It was out of hurt. It was out of the fact that I felt like that's the only way I can make up for what I lost, is by, like, being better. It's the only way I felt like I could compete, yeah, like, the only way I felt like I was just as worthy as everyone else. Like, I was, like, able to be in the same room as them, you know? Like, think about, like, people who are, like, step into a workplace they've never been in before, or, like, step into, like, an environment that originally never had anyone like them in before, and they don't have a mentor. I feel like you become very competitive because you're just like, if I can be the best, if I can do this better, if I can do that better, then, like, they'll know that I deserve a seat at the table. Whereas, like, if you have a mentor, you might still work hard for things, but, like, you won't feel like you have to prove the fact that you're missing, like, a huge piece of knowledge, or, like, pieces of knowledge, you know? Like, does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my brain. Like, if you have a mentor to walk you through life, you feel more secure. You feel like at the end of the day, you're always going to have that person to guide you and to vouch for you. And when you lose that, or you don't have that, it's like, how do I make up for that? How do I make up for the fact that, like, all these people around me have mentors and I don't? I'm just gonna do my best to be better than them. I feel like I should stop maybe here, because I have a lot of realizations I came to about my motherhood wounds, but I feel like this is, like, a good video. Clip it. Should I, like, batch create and then create, like, several videos? Probably, right? Let me see if there's anything else I wrote down. Like, when you look up mommy issues, like whatever, on Safari, on Google, like, the first thing is, like, one of the first things is, like, I think competitive. It's like competitive nature, or, like, competition, or, like, some shit like that. Like, I've looked it up before and I've seen that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, because, like, you know, my boyfriend says that shit to me all the time. But another one was, like, of course, like, abandonment, like, fear of abandonment and all that stuff like that, which I'm gonna talk about in the next video. So I think I'm gonna end that there. Now I'm just putting out here to let everyone know, hey, I have mommy issues and whatever. But you know what? How am I supposed to teach if I'm not learning? And I feel like the best teacher is experience. So, like, if I'm talking to you guys while I'm going through things and while I'm realizing them and figuring them out, I feel like it's going to be more genuine, maybe, or more, like, comforting than someone talking to you about it when, like, they're like, yeah, figured that out 5 years ago. Like, I'm already 2 steps ahead of you. But yeah, so welcome to my healing journey. Maybe that should be, like, my intro thing. I should put that in there. Welcome to my trauma travels, or I don't know. I'll figure something out that sounds catchy, but I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a great day, and as always, connect with me on Instagram. Love you.